Okay, we'll go ahead and call this council regular session to order. It's Wednesday, February 15th, time is 7 p.m. Please join me in the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, before we get on with this, now it's time for visitor comment. Visitor comment period is a central part of local government meetings. Each person has 3 minutes to speak. The city council will take all input into consideration. However, in observance of Oregon open meeting laws, this isn't the time for dialogue, but rather a time for us to listen to you. Our city administrator and city recorder are taking notes of action if needed. Thank you for participating in visitor comments. And now I would like to invite people up who'd like to speak. Please state your name for the record and keep it to 3 minutes or less.
Tina Curry. I just wanted to say that fireworks was also sponsored by Comcast, and that was not mentioned earlier today. So they gave a generous contribution to making fireworks happen. So I don't want to leave that out. Just for the record. Yeah. Thank you.
You want to go ahead, sir? Oh, no, please. Yeah.
I'm responding to the Brady Graham. I'm responding to comments made by Howard last week. I think that what we really need is an anti-Karen law, because literally when people are just walking down the street minding their own business, people come out of the woodwork and start screaming at them and calling the police, and it's like pretty ridiculous that you can't just walk down the road. And then, of course, they have no problem lying about it. And it seems to me that those things should be prosecuted, and that people that make false reports to the police should in fact be punished. In addition to that, I just wanted to tell them that you don't actually have a leash law in the city of St. Helens that says your dogs cannot be at large. And both of my animals do not actually identify as dogs. Mouse's name is Mouse, and she identifies as a mouse, and Molly identifies as a cat. So you go ahead and try and pass whatever law you want to law, but I think that you should probably enforce the laws that you have, such as having that particular individual has a big mess in his front yard that's on city property. It's like, it would be nice if you were to take care of that mess, and instead of worrying about people just walking down the street trying to mind their own business. And it would be nice if other people did the same. Thanks.
My name is Nicholas Helmick. Thank you all for being here. Appreciate it. So I just had a quick question about the new apartments that were built by Walmart. I was just wondering if the developers paid county tax to install that or not. I just heard someone saying they didn't, and I just wanted to ask y'all straight, or just, I know you can't answer probably, but just for the record, I didn't know those true or not. So speed limit signs on my street again. I know, that annoying person. Kid almost got hit again, so I just want to reiterate, I don't want speed bumps because that's cost more tax money. And then the roundabout on South 4th and Old Portland Road. During Halloween Town and stuff, people stop because it's 2 solid white lines, and it causes like really bad traffic and almost accidents. I don't know if a roundabout could possibly put in. I know it's money, so I apologize. It's just an idea. And then lower the speed limit down here. I almost got hit about 2 days ago by an Audi, a red Audi. And I don't think I can be mayor of St. Helens if I'm dead, so we gotta protect the future, you know. And then now I'm officially certified as a housing counselor and housing educator. So if people want to buy a home, I offer free classes, Columbia, Classic, and Tillamook County, so, and one-on-one individual counseling as well, so. And then let's see here, oh yeah, and then our disc golf course is awesome. Thinking we should do a St. Helens Invitational. We gotta leverage our asset, that's a pro level course. You know, our Halloween town may not last forever, I love it, but you know, as people grow out, maybe we need to have a spring, something in the spring that brings in more revenue, so that was all I had. I'll actually wait out like a minute 20 just so y'all can have a break if you want. No, but thank you so much. And if you have any questions, just call Pat for those classes too. We have an ad in the Chronicle as well. Yeah, that was it.
So I will just comment on the apartments because I can, that they do not pay taxes, because they are a nonprofit.
Yeah.
The HUD project out there.
Makes
So
some
they
sense.
pay their SDC charges to build like everybody has to. And so, yeah.
Yeah, if they're HUD subsidized, that makes total sense. Yeah, and then there'll be income, hopefully affordable housing.
Hopefully, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Shauna Duggan,
I'm gonna Doug it. Okay.
recreation stuff. She handled recreation for the city. I love the idea of tournaments and
Yeah,
so.
we do Trojan Park here too. It's both in our St. County, so we'd all benefit from it. So, yeah, cool. Right, thank you.
Disc golf first opened up, it attracted the world international.
It's getting major, yeah, it's not just a hippie sport, it's like pro sponsored and yeah, millions of dollars.
Revenue in too, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of it. We can help our, more of our parks out too. So, yeah.
Okay, other visitor comments?
Shauna Strop Harrison. I was just curious why it's only 3 minutes now instead of 5, but. Too many people down here or something. So I'd love to hear dialogue on that, but I just have one thing. The tree council. So I noticed there's been a lot of different stuff going on with the parks in regards to. Different things that are happening with the ordinances, and there's a tree council that is supposed to be running parallel with the parks. That's part of your guys' ordinance, and I didn't know, like, if you guys were going to, have that. It's supposed to have a commission that runs parallel with the commissioners, your guys' ordinance, unless how, since last time I read it. So, it's supposed to it's supposed to run with the commissioners in regards to taking care of the trees. And it's supposed to be a council. And I know there's been a lot of talk about different councils that are supposed to be possibly coming up and things. And so I'm just curious if you guys are going to revive that, because it hasn't been in effect for years now. But it was, last I read, was written into your ordinance that there was a tree council that is supposed to run in coordination with their commissioners in regards to telling you about, you know, the health of the trees and, you know, are the city trees and working with that. So it would be really nice to see something of that nature in order to try to preserve the trees that we do have around the city. I also was curious about derelict vehicles on the city roads. It seems like there's been possibly some like thefts and some break-ins and some dumped vehicles that I've noticed around town. They seem to be disappearing fast, which is good, I think, but it's just a concern knowing, you know, some of the unfortunate instances that are happening in neighboring towns where, you know, theft is prevalent and derelict vehicles are being dumped on roads in towns and definitely for an extended amount of time. So I know you guys have a new code enforcement and all that, so I was really curious on getting a little bit more dialogue. Crime unfortunately seems to kind of rear its ugly head.
Thank you.
Oh, I got 27 seconds left. I just said here in the place more. No, just kidding. They're just legitimate concerns and I would love to hear some dialogue about it. Thank you.
So the tree thing, I didn't know that for the city, we hire an arborist when they're in our right of way to look at those trees. I didn't know that, but that's the way we've done it since I've been here, but I'm not questioning that that's probably not in there. So we'll see what we can find out about that.
Yeah, I'm just curious if you're gonna be doing all that stuff. It would be nice to see if you guys are gonna start a tree council while you're doing all this revamping of the parks and recreation and as it is written in your guys' ordinance.
But if a tree looks healthy or is apparently appears to be healthy, we hire an arborist before it's ever discussed being taken out, so.
Yeah.
You know the specific ordinance?
Well, I didn't go through the hundreds of pages on it before I came down here. It was something that just piqued my interest from reading it. But I'll be more than happy to look for it and find it to reference to you all. So you guys can see it. It's in there.
Yeah, so typically what would happen, just so the council knows, and then go through Public Works and then Public Works would look at the tree and identify and then say, well, you need to call an arborist.
Yeah, but I'm not saying a specific. What I'm saying is that you actually have a tree council that is supposed to be running in coordination.
I'm just letting them know what we do for our trees right now,
Right,
how we do it.
right.
I heard you. I'm just letting them know how we have. We're not just taking out trees by one person's assessment.
Yeah, well, I feel like the council, the part of the council isn't just about taking out trees, but it's about what we can do to continue to preserve and probably grow more trees and to have a nice feng shui of. I think that's what the ordinance was probably initially put into your guys' ordinances for. Was to kind of help, kind of like Jessica was talking about a council.
Might be referring to street trees. You might be referring to street trees.
Actually, I think I recall when I was going through the municipal code and after I was elected, seeing something, I understand, there was something about beyond street trees and, you know, about something. Anyway, so if you can find that, it would be helpful
I'll
to
find it.
be specific.
All right,
Yeah, I'm curious too.
yeah,
Just one of the requirements to be a tree city. Be part of that program is that we have a tree committee and. Yeah, there's different trees hit our code in a couple different places as far as removal, as far as street trees. Yeah, I'll look into it.
I'll find it in here in your ordinances. I just was curious if you guys were gonna. You know, enforce it, because it's, you don't have. I know of, right? You guys don't have a tree council.
no.
We do not.
But it wrote in there that you have a tree council in your ordinances that runs parallel with the commissioners and they're supposed to consult them about it. So I just wanted to get more dialogue. And if we're not gonna do it, then we probably should take it out of ordinances, I would imagine.
And it makes sense that you brought it up because you must have heard our last meeting where we talked about reviving some of our councils and stuff like youth council.
Absolutely.
Okay, that makes sense.
I am paying attention even if I'm not here.
I know.
All right, other visitor comments? Me online?
No.
Okay. So, let me put on my glasses, I'm getting older. And it's so much easier to read with these on. Ordinance number 3289, an ordinance amending all sections of the St. Helens Municipal Code to reflect and change in the name of the Parks and Recreation Commission and to remove reference to the newly named Parks and Trails Commission having responsibility over the recreation program.
I move that we adopt ordinance number 3289.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded to approve ordinance 3289. Council President,
Aye.
Councilor Sunday. Aye. Councilor Gunderson. Aye. Councilor Berkeley.
Aye.
And Bowen, aye as well. All right, resolution 1973, a resolution adopting findings to utilize design build as an alternative procurement method for the 2.0 MG reservoir replacement project and exempting project from competitive bid requirements.
Move we adopt resolution number 1973 as read.
I'll second.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded to approve resolution 1973. Council President.
Aye.
Councilor Gunderson.
Aye.
Councilor Berkeley.
Aye.
And I'm an aye as well. Approve and authorize for signature. 3, First Amendment to agreement with Oregon Patrol Services for bailiff services. 4, Fifth amendment to agreement with OTAC Inc. for design services, undergrounding electrical services in the Riverfront District. 5, joint memorandum and understanding with Columbia Economic Team regarding implementation of the Grow Rural Oregon Initiative.
I move that we approve and or authorize for signature agenda items 3, 4, and 5.
Okay, second's been made to approve and authorize the signature 3, 4, and 5. Council President Chilton,
Aye.
Councilor Sudney.
Aye.
Councilor Gunderson.
Aye.
Councilor Berkeley. And I as well. Consent agenda for approval, 6 council work session, regular session minutes dated November 2nd, 2022. Council work session and executive session minutes dated November 15th, 2022. 8 OLCC licenses, 9 accounts payable bill list.
I motion to approve consent for agenda for approval. Items 6, 7, 8, and 9.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded to approve consent agenda for approval, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Council President Chilton.
Aye.
Councilor Sunday.
Aye.
Councilor Gunderson.
Aye.
Councilor Berkeley.
Aye.
And I'm an aye as well. Work session items, I know we have the grant process that we were talking about earlier. And I don't know if we can bring those up again, Kathy.
Yeah.
So for myself, I would like to award the $499.99 to the Alano Club for security and safety equipment for the Alano Club.
And round it up. I mean, it's just making it easy. Even 500, I'm curious to how they, but, yeah. You, sure. I'm very, as I mentioned earlier, supportive of the promotion of the Dia de los Muertos celebration. Particularly since it is with the outreach to our Hispanic, Spanish speaking community.
I hope would go to the veterans.
Was hoping that someone would. That one.
Yeah, there's nothing in there. Yeah, there's we found nothing in the arts, right?
Okay, I would like my vote to go to the playground skate park. When I seen Marie at the Halloween Town Talk, she brought it up and I said, this is, you need to apply for this grant. So there you go, Marie. See, you applied and you got it.
You are the only one.
I like the United Way.
I think that was when we weren't gonna,
We weren't,
yeah, but it doesn't mean you can't.
no, that's fine.
Yeah.
There were 2 of them. The other one was CASA, the CASA for Kids program. I think that's really important.
That's a good burden.
Absolutely.
And then I was wanting to make a recommendation to the council that we take $1,000 and put it into the arts and cultural. The line items there. And we used to have an arts and cultural, and I think that's something that should be discussed around budget time, but we can take $1,000 out of our funds and transfer it into that.
I was thinking about that, Mayor, and I think the only issue with that is that money was given to that, allocated to that with the idea that it would be have oversight by a committee. Or cultural committee to decide how that money was spent. I'm concerned that it wouldn't be a proper funnel without having a committee there to actually, you know what I mean?
It had funding in it with no committee.
I know, but and now there's no committee, but there's funding, but
Okay.
it's still,
Kathy?
What was the money being, what's the $1,000 being allotted for?
arts and cultural. So with the idea we have some people that have applied for arts cultural requests for money.
But you're gonna use the same community grant fund,
Yes.
But put it
But
over there.
I thought put it over there and then. Have it come out of there, just so it was something that we could say came out of that line item. Because I think this is,
Oh,
is a huge,
Oh. that was my other question was,
is a huge,
how are you gonna help?
this isn't any joke. I mean, this is something that we should really get behind as a council. It's got a lot of high power, horsepower behind it and it benefits all of our community.
So was that the $1,000 you were thinking of?
That's what I was thinking, yes.
I thought you were talking about one of the other things.
No,
My
but-
question is though, is that, would it be proper to do that, to put the money into arts and cultural without there being a commission there? To allocate that money? Or should we just allocate it as a city council to this
I think,
we can.
yeah, I think you can just allocate it out of the community.
and not go through?
Yeah,
Putting it back in arts and cultural for it to come out of there, yeah. You see what I was thinking about with that since there's not a committee there to.
Yeah, the committee
Vote
dissolved
meetings.
because they had some infighting, so we actually did, as a council. Dissolve that money, so.
I would love to have it, that committee, brought back, but.
But we still leave us plenty of council funds for what we have planned. On behalf of our funds. Just so everybody knows. Not even half, not even half. Probably dispersed. And I think that would be in fairness because it is. It's been way too long and these. They're working with the Arts and Cultural Coalition too, and with the Kiwanis Day Parade. And Scappoose High School, which would probably be here if we had a better situation.
At the high school.
Yes, at the high school. That's my feeling on it.
motions.
Yeah. Would somebody like to flirt a motion to give $1,000 out of council funds to arts and cultural? And
So you don't want to go directly from,
no, because I don't, because it's really reflects arts and cultural.
But we don't have a.
There's another process to spend those
Yeah.
funds, so, or you can do it one step, just doing it right now by allocating the funds to.
All right. So,
I see where your heart's at with it. and
Decision
it's
framework
right.
on the council that doesn't exist, just what Medicare quite is.
Yeah.
would anybody like to make a motion to take $1,000? I mean, I will make the motion. But it's not recommended that the mayor make the motion.
I move that I move that we move $1,000 from the council's, $1,000 from the council's budget to the arts and cultural.
No, that's not what we were doing.
Make the motion.
I know, I was hoping that one of these guys might jump in,
I'm
but
still confused. 'Cause
I know, okay.
I don't want.
Let me just say, maybe if I make the motion, it'll be clear. So I would like to motion that we take $1,000 out of the council fund.
Yeah.
And give it to the Wisdom of Columbia County and their program that they submitted earlier during the work session when they requested money to be able to send a high school kid on this adventure of a lifetime. With the idea, wait, that's a really long motion. huh?
Yeah.
You're not that good at it.
What's the name of the?
Yeah, that's another thing is I don't even
It's the
remember.
wisdom of Columbia County.
The
Yes, yes.
the Columbia Corral Award.
Okay, so I motion that we take $1,000 out of the council funds and donate it to the Columbia Corral of Oregon. As they requested today. In light of not having a.
Second that motion.
Does that work?
Okay, motion's been made and seconded to award Columbia Corral $1,000. President Tilton,
Aye.
Counselor Sunday.
Aye.
Counselor Anderson. Aye. Counselor Berkeley.
Aye.
And I'm an aye as well. For those of you listening, please get behind there trying to raise a ton of money right now. They are actually, for more than 5 years, the Columbia Corral of Oregon has fostered a full-length original work. I better put on my glasses, The Wisdom of the Columbia County. With music by composer Kevin Bryant Lay. This work tells the history of the county in prose and song. It will have its world premiere in the county on June 16th, 2023 at Scappoose High School. It was brought up when Senator Wyden was here and he wants to be invited to it. Later on, it is set to play at Carnegie Hall in 2024. So it's really got some notoriety behind it and some really good people pushing this in a really good direction. And they hope to bring our story of rural America in song to everybody. And I hope that this is one unique in its the way they designed this. But they're gonna be looking for funding. Please get behind them. If they have any fundraisers, please support them. Sounds like a really good opportunity for a high school student or two too, so. That being said, that's why we are up here discussing it. Okay, so any other?
Need to make formal.
Oh,
For the
yes.
motions on each
Yeah.
one.
Appropriate, so my want to go, motion to, as proposed. To these 5 organizations.
I move.
Yep.
That we. I move. That we use. A total of $2,500 in council funds. For $500 each. To 5 organizations that were designated by each of the counselors tonight. Do I need to name them? Specifically?
Please do.
That would be for
Yellow.
CASA for Children Incorporated. For the Elks Veterans Bunker. For Leticia Juarez Cison for the St. Helens Muertos event. To the St. Helens Alano Club. And the playground indoor skate park.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded to award $2,500 in total to the 5 listed. Council President Chilton.
Aye.
Councilor Sunday. Aye. Councilor Gunderson. Aye. Councilor Berkeley. And I'm an aye as well. Okay, any other work session items? I don't think we did have anything else. Okay. Council reports. Council President Chilton.
I had notes, but I lost them, so I'm just gonna wing it.
Good.
I'm meeting with the library director tomorrow to talk about some partnerships, opportunities, and just some vision goals that she has, and I'm excited about that meeting. I think the library's been doing a lot of really interesting stuff, and I haven't dove too deep into it, so I'd like to learn a little bit more about what the library's been up to. And then I'm going to be attending the police awards dinner soon, their annual dinner that they do, so I'm excited about that. Time to celebrate our police and their families. And that's all I have. That's all I could remember.
All right. Councilor Sunday.
It's been another busy couple of weeks, but it's again been good getting to know people and learn what everybody does, and just was great the other night going to the employee dinner and meeting some of the employees and celebrating Ethan and his accomplishments, so that was a fun night. I've been started meeting weekly now with John and Chief Greenway to discuss some of the plans for the police station. We had a productive meeting last week, and I think we're gonna get a police station that we can not only be proud of, but one that's gonna be functional for the police, and not just now, but into the future as well as our goal. So I think we're gonna get there. Parks and Trails Commission had a great meeting this week. Dana's doing a great job as chair and getting off on a good start. They've got lots of good stuff coming up. One of the exciting things today, we just talked about it, is some additions and improvements coming to the Veterans Plaza in McCormick Park. Well, that's gonna be nice when it's finished, so that's just early in the planning stages too, but coming along, so lots of exciting things coming.
Councilor Gunderson.
I haven't had much going on this last week, which was actually kind of nice, but we've got the planning commission meeting tomorrow, which I'll be in attendance of. Which I thought was Monday, and which is about 25 minutes, thinking that I was at the right spot, but that's okay. And then
Tuesday?
huh?
Isn't it typically a Tuesday?
Well, yeah, it was, but now it's a Thursday, so
Well, yeah.
I'm off track, but I'm on track.
Okay,
I was there when I was supposed to be there.
all right.
And then Counselor Sundin and I are will be meeting with the Hunger UV coming up on the 20, put the glasses on for a reason. Who is it? 27th. They're at lunch. Nice. Meeting some people.
Yep.
Going on.
All right, Councilor Berkeley.
Yeah, since I missed the regular session on the first, some things that went on a while back, had a great time with the chamber happy hour. That was referenced earlier today, and great meeting with very enthusiastic members of our business community. Did have the opportunity to ride along with our code enforcement officer on Saturday morning. Very impressed with the work that he does do. Saw how he understood how he enforces code, particularly vehicles that may not be parked where they need to be parked, and some other things, and was very impressed by the attitude, and I think that's consistent with all of our law enforcement officers, that we're not out to get people, but our primary concern with public safety is if we do see an issue that we want to work with the individuals. And so that enforcement, should that be a condemnation of a property, that's always a last resort. Anyway, so I think we're in good hands with our code enforcement officer. I had some excellent meetings with Suzanne Bishop, our library director, and due to illness was unable to attend the meeting Monday night, but I'll catch up with Suzanne and continue to be impressed by also the desire of the library staff to reach out to all people, including youth who may be hanging out outside of the library, not making the best choices. But where staff reach out to them to try to establish a relationship with them, and hopefully maybe hook them into library services in a more positive way. Stopped briefly at the makerspace when the Grow group was meeting with the regional facilitator, just to say hello. And that's exciting. We heard a good presentation about that this afternoon, so that's exciting about how all these things are coming together. The Chamber, the Main Street Alliance, the Columbia Economic Team, grow, keep it local. Some real dynamism going on there. Also attended the Senator Wyden Town Hall. Always interesting to hear the senator and meet a lot of his staff who are available to assist us here in our local concerns. Also enjoyed very much the employee dinner, the banquet, and congratulations to Ethan Sterling, who was acknowledged, recognized as the Employee of the Year, along with all the other great work. Well, we had 11 nominees. I think, yeah, and so just knowing it's really good to know that we have staff who can recognize this amongst their fellow staff members. So it's a good time with that, and here we are.
All right, thanks. Yeah, it was a good time with the dinner. Congratulations to Ethan Sterling and anybody watching, just so they know, we don't have nepotism involved in that. We actually have a committee that actually outside of the city that actually takes all the things that are said about these employees, about their fellow workers, and are vetted, and he was well deserved of that Employee of the Year award. So I just wanted to make sure that was clear. It's not a popularity contest here. You know, I was sitting here just thinking about what's going on in Ohio, and I'm thinking, man, we've talked about this rail study. We need to have this switchback out of our area. You know, just watching that and the terrifying experiences those people are going through. There's plenty of opportunities along Highway 30 to have switchbacks in other places than right in the middle of cities. So railroads really need to think long and hard on that, you know, because all it takes is one accident, and they're supposed to slow down, and they don't always. You never know when a derailment's going to happen. So that being said, I think you know, we had a rail study, but I think it's time to really start pushing the railroad themselves too, which is a very hard process, and moving those switchbacks and getting them out of our area. It's detrimental to our police or fire, and if something were to happen there, it would be, the city would be cut off. So that's all that always comes up. It's been going on since I can remember being a kid, about overpasses and underpasses and all kinds of stuff. But it's really, I mean, it's not a bad idea, and that's why it keeps coming up. And it only takes one of those moments to say, hey, it's time to start doing something. John spoke on the waterfront, is moving forward really fast, but like I said, they're gonna start slowing down when they hit that rock and they get up here to the businesses. But it's good to see that project going through. A good report from Paul Vogel and all they have going on. Definitely want to make it back over to the makerspace. I understand it's changed quite a bit over there. But with the GROW program and the Ford Foundation that we kind of spearheaded through our human affairs and John Walsh, that's a huge grant that's going to help out with the situation. Very much needed, and keep the momentum going. And you know, there's a lot of good things happening around here, even though we have a lot of things that we need to address. Sewer capacity. We also have a lot of positive that we also need to be thankful for. You know, thankful for tourism, and thanks for the report on the boat. That was more than I expected. And looking forward to a much warmer part of the year. Days are getting longer, but it's supposed to get colder again. Long-term forecast is it is. And so, but I'm just looking forward to springtime and getting back out and being able to enjoy Oregon for all its splendor. So, you want to go back?
I'm smiling, Mayor, because I know how much you love getting out on the river. And today I took my third graders down to the riverfront there in Columbia, and as we're watching, we saw some other avid fishermen, a pack of about half a dozen.
Oh, yeah, sea lion.
Sea lions on their way, so you have some competition ahead of you. I hope you. They leave some for you.
You're hungry too. I'm gonna talk about. Taking what?
Oh, well, apparently I didn't know, but I'm gonna talk about who's taking what.
Aw,
on, all right, so who would like to go? You know, I can get a hold of Josh, I have his personal number, so. Pulling for St. Home Market Fresh. And I actually take care of mailboxes, the little bitty yard there and the ground at Sunshine, so I'll take those two. There is a new director at Safeway, a new manager.
Yeah, it's on my receipt. I always see the new name and it's a gentleman now.
Okay. Would somebody like to go up there?
Well, I'll try, I would be happy to try Safeway, and I'll give a shot again at Skinnies and Chubs. I know last year. They weren't impressed by Counselor. I don't know. I think somebody, you might have followed up later, but
I know the man.
you know, so actually want to take that, Mark? No, but I'll take, but I'll reach out to Safeway.
Hey, Stan's is a drop in the bucket for me because he just always whatever you need for a city event, so, I mean, he's already said that, so. It's taken care of. He's always great about that. He also donates to Be Fair, just so you guys know, the 4-H. And he's a good guy.
I think Walmart and Don's Rental.
Okay.
You can track grocery outlet.
I did grocery outlet last year. I'll do them again, now, just because I've already contacted them, so it should be pretty easy for me. And then I can try Cascades. I see an email, so I'll try email first. So they donated money last year.
No, they actually donated 8 tables. And we still have them to use each year, so if you wanna donate money that we can,
Who are you talking about?
Cascades. Really think they want that, donate. And money, you know, that's what we use to get whatever we don't get donated. For this.
I'll see if I can donate money.
But if they have something else in mind, or if you wanna come back to me and say they wanna donate something physical. Come up with something.
All right, I can do the marina.
I'll take Pacific Stainless and Industrial.
Perfect. We only have Vertex.
Sean is taking care of that one.
That's okay.
So I have letters that I will create before you go and approach these. Last year I had all the mayor's name. But this year I wanted to make it with your name, that way they specifically get back to you and not Mayor Scholl or me. That way you can continue to go back and forth with them, but I'll work on those letters and put them in your boxes and let you know when they're ready.
Yep.
If you can think of anyone else, let me know. If you have a connection with one or something.
All right, and so just so Council President Chilton and Councilor Berkeley know, we were out of here at 7:18 last meeting.
Yeah.
The last meeting, just so you know, we really rocked it.
I saw that.
Almost a record breaker, so. All right, with that, we adjourn.
Amazing.
If I could speak for one moment, just, my name's Chris Osling, and I'm a musician. I grew up here in St. Helens and studied under Doug Nash, Tom Brumbaugh, and Keith Key, who was my scholarship instructor. Later on, Lori Lyford down in Cathlamet. I played with musicians up and down the river for years now. And a lot of connections, and I'm in a band right now and would like to host a music festival, a 3-day festival over on Sand Island. I've already got the okay from Brad at the marina, but I figured it'd be best to do it, you know, come through you guys first. I'd like to do this as a benefit for the food bank, Columbia River Fire and Rescue, and the band program at the high school. I've got enough local talent to fill, you know, Friday afternoon, Saturday all day, and then Sunday afternoon. And they're all willing to work for it. I take care of the advertising. We'll take care of everything. We've got the equipment already. You know, the setup stage and everything, not a problem there. What we need to know about is permits. And if we could get vendors over there for like food, of course, we'd like the fire and rescue and the food bank to set up booths there, you know, the band as well. But we'd like to make this an annual thing and eventually start bringing in more professional acts and bump it up. I think it'd be a good fundraiser for the different charities which we've talked about, and it would also bring in business to the city.
So I'm not sure, I mean, Brad, basically, we are allowing him to lease that island premise.
Well, the camping rights, but it's still,
Yeah, he's basically running the campings.
yeah, still
Concession.
city park.
So you reserve it as a park.
So,
I envision a special use permit we work through.
Parks Department, I suppose.
did that go through?
It'd be several different departments that would have to look at it probably. He would start out with, contacting Melissa of the Parks Department.
Okay,
She can get you started on the special use permit.
excellent.
Nice for the Parks Commission to have a proposal too.
Yes, I'll write up a proposal. This is something I pretty much just recently started working on, and the feedback I've gotten so far is everybody loves the idea.
Yeah,
That sounds like a great idea.
excellent idea.
Do you have a date in mind or?
We're thinking either third weekend in June or the third weekend in July. So that way we avoid the Portland Blues Festival, because yeah, some of us have played gigs during the Blues Festival and nobody shows up.
Third weekend of June is usually the Columbus Day Parade. I don't know if that was.
Okay, then third weekend in July would be perfect.
I don't know if it is this year. It is.
Okay, well, third weekend in July would be good.
You wanna have him talk to Tina at all?
He was right there.
I know, but you wanna connect the two of them?
Well,
I don't know what Tina,
yeah, I don't know.
but how far her contract.
Yeah,
Felt like it would start with permit and then they would jump through the staff that it needs to go through to see if there's a big.
Okay, so Melissa at Parks. And I'll get the ball rolling.
yeah, and as far as food vendors, you'd probably have to talk to Columbia County Health. I don't know.
We don't have a water taxi right now,
Yeah.
so just get people out there on your own.
They would need to get each of the vendors would need to get a concession agreement.
Uh-huh.
So, and that would be me.
Perfect.
I'll give you my card and then I'll write Melissa's number on the back.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate
Sounds awesome.
Thank you. It's like my band and I, we've been working for close to 2 years now. We do all original stuff and we're just about ready to break out. Yeah, you know, start playing live and,
Have you camped on St. Island?
oh yeah, I live at the marina.
Here you go.
So, and I grew up here, of course. I remember when that island was nothing but
Yeah,
a couple cottonwood saplings and a sandbar.
yeah. Beautiful island though. You feel like you're somewhere tropical when you're just right out of the.
Position for.
it.